101.1 FM, and it's a privilege as always. All right, Ben, first of all, thanks for taking time to come out and be with us here on a kind of a goofy day. It's a Tuesday. It's kind of out of our element. We ran into some scheduling snafus here with the room, but we're glad you guys took the time to come back. And first of all, how things camp's going for you guys? Are you guys making some progress?
So we've made a ton of progress in terms of our team culture and just understanding what we're trying to do schematically. So we're light years ahead of where we were a year ago, but that's to be expected just because, we've been together a little bit longer. Okay.
All right. How much more fun are you having the second time around compared to the first time around? Does that make sense?
It does. Last year was about the hardest thing I've ever taken on, the most challenging thing, and it's still plenty challenging, but it's been a really fun summer. I've been extremely impressed with the leadership of our seniors, and the coaching staff is just so outstanding and so fun to work with. That part's been just really pleasant.
The thing that kind of popped into my mind in preparation for this, I don't recall in Ben Downey's lifetime that he's ever lost 4 football games in a row. Is that possible?
Well,
am I right on that? I mean, I didn't go back and do all the math, but I just thinking outside my mind. You guys lost 4 football games in a row last year. I don't think, and I know that didn't sit well with you, and that's the reason I brought it up, is because how did you handle you?
Well, so we knew that part of the schedule was going to be pretty darn problematic.
Sure, absolutely,
yeah. But I was the first coach in St. Joe's history to go 0-3 my first year. Okay. So I guess I make some history every now and then. I mean, it's tough to jump back on the horse every single week when you have losses like that. And with a lot of the teams that we were playing, they were so physical. It wasn't just that we were losing, but you're trying to stay healthy for the playoffs. So there's a lot going on trying to navigate that, just because you're worried about morale and health and things of that nature. So when I took on this challenge, I knew that I wasn't choosing a situation where it would be all blue skies and green lights, and those situations exist out there because, I know enough people that are in certain situations. I interviewed at a few places. I know what's out there, and you can really be kind of teed up for success. But, quite honestly, it's good to get out of your comfort zone and to take on a challenge, and I care about the community, the St. Joe community, so much, and a lot of the guys that I was teaching so much, that it was, it's worth taking the challenge.
Good for you. I'm proud of you for doing so. Alex Ortiz is a quarterback, a 4-year starter. We also have Santana Suarez, who is a 2-year starter, center and nose tackle. I'm glad to have these guys there. Of all the young men that you chose that represent your program, why did these guys get the call tonight?
Honestly, with their class, it could have been a number of people. So I'm going to try to rotate and just get everybody their chance to shine and their chance to represent the program. It worked best for these 2 guys here, but I'm really proud because Alex has been, he's up there with the best leaders that I've ever coached. I can't name anyone that has done the leadership thing better than he has. And then Santana, if you ask his teachers and if you ask his coaches about his growth the last 2 years, I mean, it's mind-blowing. When I coached last year, I wasn't sure if he'd be able to contribute at all on the field, and I was really pleasantly surprised with what he did on the field. And then he still had some things to work on in terms of the classroom and leadership and, working out and things of that nature. And, I mean, he's really just stepped up and improved so much. It's just really been really fun to watch.
All right, Santana, let's start with you and talk about that. I always like to use the terminology, somebody lit a flame underneath your backside to get you moving. So what was it that lit a flame? Or was it Coach Downey, or was it teammates? Was it somebody in the family? Who lit that flame for you?
I think it was definitely to the point where during the playoffs I couldn't actually play because of my grades, and coming back and talking to coaches and then talking to my mom, my dad, I think that just talking to them just really got that push in me, because I know they believe in me. I know that they know I can do it. I know I can do it. So I really think that spark helped me, made me a better person, for who I am today.
Tell you what, personal accountability is an important aspect of growing up. If you have that mindset going forward, you're going to have a very successful adult life.
Well, and Paul, I mean, with this sport, of course, we love who wins and who loses, but we also know how much this sport can just help you grow as a person.
Yes.
And I mean, it's just been tremendous watching this guy.
Alex, on his side of things, 684 yards, 8 touchdowns. He also ran the ball into the end zone 6 times, 314 yards. Alex, when you think back on last year, from a production standpoint, numbers, are those numbers last year good, average, and what are we going to see from you this year?
I think those numbers are probably a little below average, is what I would say.
I love the honesty, man.
And I think that this year we're striving for a really positive, productive offense and a team that can really do some special things if we put some things together.
Coach Downey has got, if you look at his resume and if you look at his pedigree, he's just been successful at really everything that he's decided that he's going to do. So getting to know him last year, in that first go-around, what did you learn about him that you liked, disliked?
Oh, all right.
And then
this is getting juicy.
And then what do you like about him now, second time around?
Well, although I had Coach Downey as a PE teacher my freshman year,
all right,
so I already knew him, and we had a little bit of a relationship there. But one of the main things I liked from him last year was just his honesty with the whole team and with me in particular, because whenever we do something wrong, he wouldn't just he would make sure we know that what we need to do and what we did wrong.
Right.
Something I dislike. Let me think.
You like his play calling, or what was that? Or was it just, I mean, there may not have been anything, right?
I honestly, there's nothing that shoots out to me that I would say I really disliked.
Okay, and Ben, you've got to be able to have some, I mean, let's face it, the quarterback is going to get more attention from you, not because of anything other than the fact that he's going to be an extension of you on the field. So let's talk about is he an extension of you? Does he have your personality? Does he have your fight on the field?
He does, and he's an extension of me in terms of just looking at the big picture and looking at all of the pieces that are involved here. So, he can read the room really well with the team and make certain suggestions, and I listen to him. If I have certain ideas, I'll bounce them off of him. As far as play on the field, what we do have in common is that, like me, Alex will do whatever he can, even off the field, to get better, and he actually enjoys every single practice. Because I remember playing football, and it was weird. There weren't a lot of people like me, but I actually loved every single practice. And it seems like he brings energy and curiosity and excitement to every single football activity. So I'd say we have that in common. But he's definitely faster, and I can't throw a ball well at all.
Alex, where does the love of football come from you?
It's come from just as a kid. I had a football by me. I always played football, played flag football, Granger Rocket football, ICCL. I've always been around football, and it's something where I just feel free and feel like I can just do my thing and get the job done.
All right, so Santana, back to you. Who else on this football team has improved like you have?
Definitely Micah Stover. I think he's a senior also. Last year his grades were a little low, just like mine. I think me and him actually worked together a few times and worked on work, missing work. But the growth I've seen over this past year has been really big and really helpful to the team. So yeah, he's a big leader. Head of the O-line. He's the biggest guy we got. So
Paul, this guy, he's the goofiest guy known to man. So what we try to get him to do,
Santana, you're talking about?
Not Santana, the guy he's referencing, Micah. We try to get him to be like Gronk, because Gronk is as goofy as can be, but he also was laser focused, and so Micah's done a very good job of still being able to make things light, because this sport is so challenging.
Sure.
He keeps things light, but yet he's also still focused when he needs to be. So it's been a nice improvement.
Alex, from your position as the leader of the offense, who on the offense has improved dramatically?
I would say Hayden Miller. He's another senior. He's a receiver, slot. He can play running back if he really wanted to. He can play anywhere. He's grown into a leadership role, which we really need besides me on the offense throughout the skill dudes, because he can connect more with the receivers than I can, because he knows what's going on. He knows what it's like maybe not getting the ball. He knows what it's like getting the ball. It's really helpful having another dude, like another partner in crime out there, being able to help you lead the other dudes around just as well as you can.
All right, captains, have they been announced yet, Ben?
No, they have not.
When will that happen?
You know what? Most of the years that I coach, like, I know which guys to go to get information from, and who are, kind of the unwritten captains. But, if it's a class like this, we just rotate quite a bit.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I haven't even decided yet, if there will be true captains for the year, if we'll just kind of rotate, and I'll depend on the most consistent ones.
Well, give us an open-ended question for you, Santana, in wrapping this thing up. The St. Joseph Indians are going to have a great year because this happens. So this happens. What's going to happen?
I'm hoping to start off 4-0 and then continue on after that. I think we have a great game plan ahead of us. We got the best coaches, best players. We have the strength. We have the speed. We just got to put it all together and get that click, and we're all set.
Same question, Alex.
I think the St. Joseph Indians will be successful this season if we can run the ball extremely productively. That's what I would say.
Okay, Ben, same question.
St. Joe will be successful if we are mentally and physically tough with the highs and lows of our sport and the quality of our conference, and especially in the quality of our sectionals. But also we need to make sure that we are bringing along a young sophomore class and getting the most out of them, because they can sure help us in terms of some of them playing this year, some of them helping with special teams and providing depth, and then also the future could be very bright for them.
Go have some fun, boys. It's the last go around, man. You got to be able to enjoy this, because tell you what, you just never know if you're going to get a chance to play, put that helmet and the pads on again. So I hope you guys have a great year. Keep up the good work in the classrooms, Santana.
Thank you.
That's awesome that you're making that, and the fact that you can realize, hey, listen, I got to get better and tackle that problem head on, and good for you to recognize that. And Alex, you keep knocking some heads out there and making sure those guys are going in the right direction, okay?
Yep, thank you.
Ben, as always, great to hang out with you today. Best of luck to you guys.
Great seeing you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. That's going to do it for our program here tonight. A special thanks to our coaches, all of them who've taken time to be here with us today. Ben Downey, the St. Joe Indians, a special thanks to Alex and Santana, respectively. But to all of them and everybody here at the program, all the athletes that we've had a chance to be engaged with. Thanks again to the Concord Minutemen, the St. Joe Indians, the Adams Eagles, the Washington Panthers, the Marion Knights, the Mishawaka Cavemen, the LaVille Lancers, the Jimtown Jimmies, and the Northwood Panthers. All special thanks to the coaches and the student athletes. Special thanks to our staff here who did a tremendous job of orchestrating all the behind-the-scenes activities. Tiny Condry along with Matt Copsey, Dwayne Lewandowski. A special thanks to Andrew Kirksey for his great work, and the guy who's across the camera who's put the last two programs online for us on our YouTube channel as well as rsn.com. Soon to be the voice of the Mishawaka Marion Knights starting next week, Tanner Camp. Thanks again to Dante Stanton back at the studios of 91.1 FM. The Globe, once again, Indiana Football Digest is available at www.indianafootballdigest.com. Once again, great content available for you to read at rrsn.com and colts.com/highschoolfootball. For all of us at Regional Radio Sports, I'm Paul Condry. God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone. Thanks, buddy. Sorry about the run over.